Well, there we are. We've arrived.
We've arrived. Wow,
This is terrifying. Let's get across this bridge, because this bridge has got a very
water.
fast flowing river, and I don't want to drop this lovely phone in the river. And there's a stile.
Oh, seriously?
So I've got to get over the stile. Kerry's got to get over the stile. Oscar's just fine. And then, well, the first thing I'd say, if you are a visitor to Stoney Littleton Long Barrow, is the stiles, the two stiles, to get...
Oh.
Where have you gone? I've lost her. The two stiles to get literally from the car park and over a river are
Fairly intense.
huge. And there is a little dog gate, but if you have a big German Shepherd style big dog,
Ow. Where are we going?
you're going to have trouble. It's actually very pretty around here. There's a very fast running river, but then we have had a lot of rain. We've had 2 storms recently. So you climb over two stiles, 2 very big stiles, tall stiles, and then you have to walk up a hill.
Yeah, it's fairly...
Across a hill, across field, and this is quite a big hill, as you can see, going up here. There we are. Yeah. So you have to ask the question, why do we do this? I've never been to Stoney Littleton Long Barrow before, which is where we're heading. It's well, it's quite a famous long barrow. Don't know why I've never been here before. Probably the stiles.
So, very windy day today after Storm Jocelyn, and this is the landscape, and there's Dave and Oscar.
So we've come to a bit of a pickle, bit of an impasse, because here is the stile that we are supposed to get over. That's fine, but the hole that Oscar is supposed to get through is too small. So we can't do this together. So I'm going to take a walk. Kerry is going to stay here at this gate with Oscar while I take a walk, because further up here is an even more bigger quandary, because once you actually get over and under the 3 massive stiles, you get to the final stile, and if you have a dog and you get to this, there's the barrow behind me. But you get to this final stile and there's absolutely no way, there's no dog, there's nothing. It says keep dogs on lead. Well, that's all right if you can throw the dog over the top, but with our big hoof, we can't. So English Heritage, if this is your idea of encouraging people to connect with their past, you need to up your game. But anyway, let's try and let that settle. Here we are, there's the barrow. I've never been here before. And I was really looking forward to coming. There we are. There's the entrance. It's pretty impressive, I've got to say. There you go. And you'll come in with me for the first time. So, ancestors. Will you let me in? pretty low. And long. And dark. I don't think the light is going to get all the way up there, so I'm going to turn this off for a minute and have a look inside. And there is somewhere an ammonite, but I can't see it. It's supposed to be an ammonite in the wall. Ah, there it is. There is the ammonite that is famous for this site. And that ammonite is part of the stone. That's why I come out, is part of the entrance. Isn't that, how symbolic is that? And there we go. So I'm going to now go back to see Kerry and the dog and let Kerry come up here and have a look, because as I say, the way it's set up is that for the first time, and this might not be the last time we find encountered problems like this with ancient sites, so there's often a little bit of a journey to get to them, but this one really doesn't feel like, maybe it's the farmer or somebody just doesn't want people to come here, which is a shame. But I hope you like that. And now Kerry's going to do her little bit.
Well, this is a bit bonkers, having to do this separately because the dog can't get through. I mean, I don't think the farmer wants us to come up here. That's fine, we'll give it a go, because that's what this is all about, isn't it? It's an adventure. Okay, so this is the first view you get. The whole place feels quite powerful. So, coming round to the front, here we are. Wow. Okay. Let's go and have a look, see what we can see. Wow. It's got quite an interesting feel about the place, I have to say. I mean, I think it's obviously been reconstructed at some point. Yeah. I'm going to shut up now. Whoa. This is a very different feel to many of the other places I've been. Dave's right, it is quite spooky. Excuse my nose, so you have little chambers off to the sides, all the way down. Kind of reminds me a bit of Wayland Smithy, although there's only 2 chambers there. That's that same sort of fey feel. So quiet in here. No wind. occasional drip of water and a quiet moan of the ancestors. Tell you what there is here. There are fossils in this stone, look, an ammonite, I think. Lots of pit holes. Little bits. Is that a trilobite thing in there? I don't know. People who know more about fossils might tell. Somebody's hammered a nail or a hook in there at some point. And evidence of pagans. Bit of mistletoe. I bet somebody was up here for a mid-winter Yule solstice thing. Oh look, there's another nail up there. And there. Oh, maybe it had some sort of a gate or something on it at some point. So odd.
Well, here we are, sitting on one of the stiles.
Yeah.
He's the culprit. He couldn't get up there.
No, poor Oscar.
Poor Oscar.
If he could have got through this one, somebody's broken the fence down round the other side. He could have got round the other side, but
Yeah.
that was a bit much, really.
Yes, because he's an old boy. He's 10 years old, and he's a German Shepherd. He's got hip dysplasia.
Yeah.
So going
Him and me
right
both.
down, trying to commando his way through these little holes. He's not. He's just, quite frankly, not interested. But there we are. That's Stoney Littleton Long Barrow. What did you think when you went in?
Do you know, it really reminds me of Wayland Smithy. There's the same kind of feel. Excuse me. There's the same kind of, seems strange to say it for a dead place, but it feels quite alive.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a lot lower. Well, actually, it's not actually. It's about the same sort of dimensions
It's
of
just
hole.
it's just the hole, and the passageway goes on for, I don't know, it looked like about 30 foot.
So Wayland Smithy's got quite a small, it's got two little side chambers and a small chamber in the middle.
Yeah.
Whereas this one has got lots of passages, or it's got a long passage, a bit like a cross between Wayland and West Kennet.
West Kennet, but West Kennet you can stand up
Yeah.
in.
We'll take you there one day.
There's another long barrow that's similar to this, Hetty Pegler's Tump, it's called.
Oh.
And again, that has got a very, very low entrance, like this one. And it did feel very alive when I went there too.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I have
if
to
these
say-
places are like doorways to the other world,
Yeah.
then you don't want a massive, great entrance which says, "Come on in, everybody." Do you? You want to?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
apparently when they put people in them, they took them out again.
Yeah.
In
I guess
various
so.
states of disrepair, I would think, after a while.
Well, didn't they used to put them in like charnel places first, where the flesh would be gone, and then they
Hope
just
you're not having your breakfast.
they'd inter the bones, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Really, generally,
yeah.
a bit like ossuaries. We went to a beautiful place called Hallstatt, which is an incredible place in Austria, with our lovely friend Ziggy. And there's a little chapel there with long bones and painted skulls, and that's beautiful. And then there's that place in the Czech Republic, the Ossuary church, where everything, all the like chandeliers and everything is decorated with bones. Brno, is it Brno?
Can't remember.
I think that's where it is.
Yeah, but
So-
it was amazing.
This is a long history of people being with their ancestors, bringing them out and talking to them, trying to get advice maybe from the other side, and where they'll have a bit more of a perspective maybe. I mean, what an incredible...
Well, they're living places of the dead, aren't they?
Yeah.
I guess because, you know, I think we've said it before, there was a far more closer connection to the cycles of life and death. And so it wasn't as hidden away as it
No.
is to us now. It isn't kind of
No.
hidden behind the doors of hospitals and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It was very much part there, and so when one of your loved ones died and you put them in there, and very different culture, you know.
Yeah.
But
very.
this Stoney Littleton, also one of the kind of traditions as a gateway to the other world, a gateway to fairy. It's one of those long barrows that has that tradition attached to it. And I have to say, when I sat in front of that doorway and just stepped inside, for me, sometimes you get that kind of feeling of no, you know, not now. And I really wanted to go all the way in, but there was just a feeling that just says no. I don't know if there's something going on here at the moment that you're not welcome at or something, but it didn't feel right for me at this time to fully go in and fully explore the chambers. And I think it's important to honour those kind of senses of intuition that although you might want to, sometimes the place just says no, not now, another time. And that's why I got there just now.
Well, it's interesting because the journey here was interesting as well.
It's right. It's like the journey was even saying to us, you know, this is not going to be as you expect it.
No.
And it wasn't. But nonetheless, I think we've taken you on a nice little journey. I think you've seen Stoney Littleton Long Barrow. You know, if you've not been here before, that's a little introduction. If you're coming here, don't bring a big dog. And
be
also
able-bodied.
be able-bodied and be able to get over the stiles. Stiles aren't normally a problem, but
No.
these they're for tall people.
Really
They
tall
really
people.
are for tall people, and they're for little dogs. So if you're a tall
Yeah.
person with a small dog, you'll be fine.
I mean, I'm sitting here at the moment thinking, I have no idea how I'm going to get back over that last stile.
No.
But
We won't film that. We'll just let you know
it
how
might be
it's
hilarious,
going.
actually.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got, I mean, you know, somebody said I was whining about my my things, but I mean, actually, I've got really serious arthritis, so I'm not as able-bodied as I'd like to be. I've got one replacement hip already and a dodgy hip on the way out. Yeah, if you're a bit like me and a little bit less able than most people, then you will find this a little bit challenging. I mean, it's not impossible. I've done it, so you know, and it wasn't horrendous. It's just if you've got short legs and joints that don't work, you will find this challenging.
But it's worth it.
But it is definitely worth it. It's an amazing place. It is an amazing place.
So we're going to start wending our way back to the car.
Yeah.
And yes.
And go and find a nice cup of tea and a bit of cake somewhere, I think.
A bit of cake.
Because I need to warm up.
One more leg.
Me too, coming up that way.
You're up.